Hi, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Now, our topic for today is we are going to discuss whether should we use leading indicators when it comes to technical analysis or should we use lagging indicators when it comes to technical analysis. This is a common discussion, or many people will be the supporter of leading indicators, and we have another group of traders or investors. They are the supporters for lagging indicators. So it's a common topics for us to really debate whether should we use leading indicators or should we use lagging indicators. So we are going to discuss for the entire topic, should we use leading or should we use lagging indicators? Is there any advantages of leading indicators? Are there any advantages for lagging indicators? So as usual, before I start, if this is your first visit, please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channels and on your notification bell. My name is Ting Ting. I need to do a disclaimer. Our topic for today is only meant for education purposes. There's no buy or sell call. Before we really understand what is leading indicators and what is lagging indicators, we need to understand the overall picture. Because some of you might not really understand what is technical analysis, where these leading indicators comes from, where these lagging indicators come from. So let me lead you through the overall pictures. Then subsequently, we are going to discuss individually. Should we use leading indicators or should we use lagging indicators? Now, when it comes to analysis, we have two basic types of analysis. One is fundamental analysis, and another one is technical analysis. So fundamental analysis is what we call as FA, technical analysis is what we call as TA. Now, we still have other types of analysis like quantitative analysis, etc. But these are the two main types of analysis. So from technical analysis itself, we are going to have technical indicators and also chart patterns. So our focus for today is towards technical indicators. Before we are going to select which one is leading indicators or should we use lagging indicators, first thing we need to understand, leading or lagging indicators fall under technical indicators. So the rest of the part we are not going to focus. We are going to focus in terms of this area from TA to technical indicators. Now, mainly when it comes to technical analysis, we have two main parts. One is modern technical analysis, another one is classical technical analysis. When it comes to technical indicators, they fall under modern technical analysis. Basically, those technical indicators you can be calculated or supported by formulas. So these are all categorized under technical indicators. But when it comes to classical technical analysis, like those support resistance, your chart patterns, then your trend line, etc., these are fall under classical. Classical is more towards we need our own opinion, our own judgment. This fall under classical technical analysis. So our focus for today, we are going to skew towards technical indicators because whether it's a leading indicators or whether it's a lagging indicators, this fall under technical indicators. So let's start to understand a very basic one. What is technical analysis? When it comes to technical analysis, you are going to study the price and also volume. So our priority is about the price and volume to make a decision whether should we buy or should we sell. And when it comes to technical indicators, like what I already highlighted just now, if you really look into it, technical indicators are supported by a lot of formulas, etc. But I'm not going to go through individually. You're going to see common technical indicators. Commonly being used about 20 plus of technical indicators, commonly being mentioned about 40 plus technical indicators. But in this world, we have many thousand, 100,000, millions of different types of technical indicators. But generally, commonly being mentioned or commonly being used, like what I already mentioned here. But I'm not going to go into individual one. Maybe the next class or subsequent class, we need to go into individual technical indicators, then I will cover. But today, we just want to have an overall picture. Then we need to come to a conclusion whether should we use a leading indicators or a lagging indicators, and what are the main difference between leading indicators and lagging indicators. So you can see these are all the example of technical indicators like your simple moving average, your MACD moving average convergence divergence, your RSI relative strength index, etc. Now, what are leading indicators? By the English terms itself, I believe you can understand, meaning these indicators are leading the market direction in a way. The correct terms to look at is the attempts to predict the future price movement. Before it happens, they already managed to predict it. Before the trend being confirmed, they're already able to predict the market trend itself. So this is what we call it as a leading indicators. So in a way, many investors or traders will interpret it as a faster indicator because you are predicting. Now, what is lagging indicators? From the terms itself, lagging already give you some indication, the English term itself, right? So lagging indicators in a way is we use it to confirm, meaning that the trend's already been confirmed. Then that is the part. You can see that you confirm the trend. Now, maybe let me give you a very simple example. It's like a news. If a news being published without searching for the root cause, like for example, I heard the news, I don't know whether this news is correct or not. So I publish directly, this is, to many people, is considered as a leading indicator because they are the first one who publish it. Any news providers, if they are able to publish the news, the first who publish the news, definitely they are being considered as a leading news provider. But a lagging news provider is what? Once they get the information or once they get the news, they go and confirm from relative source, or they try to confirm from different source. Then they confirm it, then only they publish it. So later I will explain to you via using this all example. Then you know that when the news being out, they are lag behind compared to just now. Those news provider who they don't confirm whether the news is a valid news, is a correct news, they publish directly, definitely they are a bit lagging. But is it that lagging is not so good? So in a way, another terms for people to use is lagging indicators, they are slower. Leading indicators, they are faster. Don't forget about these two words because this is very important. That's the argument started because of this. Because many will say that, hey, I need to have leading indicators because it's faster. If not, lagging indicators is slower, then I cannot profit that well. So is it correct concept or not? We are going to discuss subsequently. So the next thing that we need to do is before we can select whether we should go with the leading indicator or a lagging indicators, we need to compare the differences between leading and lagging indicators. Now, what is the pros for leading indicators? They are early signals because they are prediction. Before it happens, they already predicted that this might be the direction or this might be the trend, then you can enter the market earlier. So you can see that these are early signals. But the cons is, sometimes when you have an early signals, is it good or bad? Sometimes the information might not be correct. That's why you can see that prone to false signals. Like just now, still remember, I give you an example, layman example. Any news provider, if they don't go and confirm whether the news is correct, a proper news or not, they directly publish it, they are faster. But faster doesn't mean that it's a correct news or not. This is not definitely 100% correct. It might be a false news. So this is the cons of it. So the pros and the cons, it will be something similar. So at the same time, you have your pros, at the same time, you will have the con as well. Then the main difference is for leading indicators, they are using a recent price data. They don't analyze those that is very historical of it or too long ago. Now, the example of leading indicators like your RSI, relative strength index, or your stochastic. But in terms of lagging indicators, the pros is they provide confirmation. Can you see that? It's like just now in news, they go and confirm with a few different sources that they can get it. Once everybody say the same thing, the news is confirmed, then that only publish. So this is what we call it as they provide a confirmation. So lagging indicators, they are slower, but they provide a confirmation before you enter. Now the cons is they delay entry or exit signals. In the way some of you might be interpreting as when this is being delayed, my profit will reduce as well because you enter the trades. Let's say, for example, the whole uptrend is 100 points. If you are using leading indicators, you might be entering at the 5 points. But for lagging indicators, they might be entering at 15 points. So one, you can make 95 points. Another one, you can only make, for example, 85 points. So there's a difference. And in terms of difference, they are using historical price data and some indicators that representing the lagging indicators like your simple moving average or your MACD, MACD. Now, this last mile, whether should we use leading or lagging indicators? This is something that many of you or many of the investors or many of the traders, they are debating. And like what I said previously, some of the supporters will be a leading indicator supporters. Some of them, they are staunch supporters for lagging indicators. Now, let me show you in what circumstances we need to use a leading indicators. In what circumstances we will need to use a lagging indicators. Generally, because you cannot say that is applicable for 100% of the times, but generally you can take it as a reference. But later I will give you a summary, actually which one should you use. So generally, you are going to see that for market condition, if it's a trending market, you should use a leading indicators. Because for this particular trend, they can confirm earlier. Any of the reversal or any of the new trend, it can be confirmed earlier. So for market condition, for leading indicator, it will be towards trending market, then we use a leading indicators. Now, in terms of time frame, if you're going for short term, then you should use a leading indicators. Because shorter terms meaning that your profit also smaller. If you come in late, you're using those lagging indicators to confirm that only you are coming into the market. Your profit even shrink further. Now, in terms of risk tolerance level, for those who are using leading indicators, your risk tolerance will be higher automatically because you're going for, if you look at this all from short terms for risk tolerance level, leading indicators, you need to take some risk, which is higher. Like going back to just now the news as an example, when you take a news and you post directly without confirming whether this news is correct or not, you're taking a higher risk that your news might not be correct. So when you have a risk tolerance level higher and the time frame which is shorter, your trading style is definitely towards an aggressive trading style. Another part, if you are looking at lagging indicators, in terms of market condition, if your market is ranging market or high volatile market, more volatility market. Why? Because if the market is volatile, that's the time that you need to confirm whether this is the correct trend. If your market is volatile, you confirm you will be safer. Now, time frame will be more towards long term, because if you're going for long term, like just now I say, if this particular trend for longer term, you can make 100 points. If you go in at 15 points, after 15 points, the market already started with the uptrend, only you start to enter the market, you still manage to make a very good profit. So this is more towards a longer term, and your risk tolerance level will be lower. Then you confirm before you enter. It's like, let's say for example, the more you can confirm this is the stocks, or this is the products that I need to buy, or this is the time that I can enter a products, the better. Am I correct? So this, your risk tolerance will be lower. Then your trading style, definitely if you look at the long term, the low risk tolerance level, definitely your trading style is more towards conservative trading styles. Now, let me do a very quick summary, because based on this particular part, more or less can give you an indication or a gauge when you're going to use a leading indicators and when you're going to use a lagging indicators. But remember one thing, there is no preference in terms of leading or lagging indicators. You cannot make a conclusion saying that leading indicators is better than lagging indicators, or lagging indicators is better than a leading indicators. We cannot put this conclusion. So it very much depending on your own circumstances, your trading styles, your time frame, your market condition to make a decision whether you should use a leading or lagging indicators. So as a summary, as I mentioned to you, don't fight for it saying that lagging indicators definitely better, or leading indicators because I can make more profit. You cannot say that leading indicators, which is a faster indicator, or which is the faster indicator, it will be better. There's no such thing, because faster can be a wrong signals as well. So slower is okay. Maybe you enter later, but your signals can be confirmed before you enter. Then it's still a good choice. So at the end of the day, going back to the previous slide, we discussed whether which indicators, we don't say leading or lagging indicators, which indicators that we should use. And if you really go and back test, all the indicators, they are not much of different in terms of the results. At the end of the day, we must really understand the indicators that we have selected, in and out about the indicators itself, their pros, their cons, in what circumstances we should use, how are we going to overcome for the weaknesses part, etc. The more you understand about the indicators, any indicators is suitable for you. So starting today, my advice to you is, do not fight with other people, or do not debate with other people. Hey, you should go and use leading indicators, or you should go and use lagging indicators. We really need to analyze which one is more suitable for us. So I hope that today's topics really helps you to identify this, because this is the not commonly being debatable topics. Should we use leading indicators, or should we use a lagging indicators? So thanks for watching this particular video. If this is your first visit, remember to subscribe to our YouTube channels and on your notification bell. And please give us a thumbs up. I'm going to see you in our next video. My name is Ting Ting. Bye bye.